Welcome to the Aftershow. It's the reason to try the pulse of gaming. The culture's greatest high. With every click and sound, the heartbeat of our dream. We dive into the depths where passion let's exceed. Turn it all down in. The Aftershow begin. Our soldiers of the spotlight. We're giving never ends. Passion on a passion. The topics to explore. On it cannot door the sound to enter. In the world we know, we're breaking through the noise. Till the fire is high. With games and culture's voice.
I can't hear him. I think he's muted. Am I alone? I think what he's saying is what it do. He might have said Naysayer Nation. Not sure if I'm allowed to say that. Greetings, welcome to the after show. And other things that he might be saying would include that he is swearing off PlayStation for Lent in 2045. So just getting ahead of that. Other things, it's been a great week for gaming. It's been a bad week for gaming. Take your pick. Depends on who you believe in. Man, I really am the sidekick in this group. Sheesh. I guess I just wasn't prepared. Anyway, how's everybody doing? This is what's called technical difficulties. These things are prone to happen from time to time. Oh, I heard something.
Is it working now?
There it is. There it is. I would say 6.5 out of 10 on my part.
I give it a 5. Yeah,
right.
Yes. The new stream yard is kind of dog shit, so I gotta constantly change the settings because it keeps messing with them. So,
well, I mean, on my end, your image still appears in like 5 frames per second. So
yeah. So we're getting used to it. But yep, we're back. Jay mostly covered the intro in the worst way possible. We are of course going to be covering all the latest and greatest and mostly bad from this past week. Lot of great news, some great news, a lot of bad news. Great news for fans of GTA 6, bad news for fans of GTA 6 who don't have a lot of money. Bad news in general for the gaming industry. There was of course a lot of news about the price hikes. We had the reveal of the Steam Machine, which was pretty rough. We had of course the GTA 6 stuff, a lot of new footage, a lot of new info, but we got the pricing information. We got a lot of GTA news to go over because it's pretty incredible. We obviously speculated on how the GTA 6 launch process would go, and it's definitely so far surpassed expectations. Both me and Jay saw Supergirl. Unfortunately, not many other people saw Supergirl. we have the box office results for that, but we'll give our Supergirl review as well. Of course, also it wouldn't be a week in gaming without layoffs, and we've got a lot of those, so many of those, and more are coming. But first, what's up to the chat? Shout out to Eastwood, who was actually first this week. Nice. The old man still got it. What's up, Yank? What's up, Roderick? What's up, Gabe? Calvin, how's everyone doing? Make sure you're smashing that like button and all that good stuff for the algorithm. What's up, Super Patrick? Hope everyone is enjoying their Sunday evening. I was just watching the Marvel Rivals Creator World Cup, which also talk about, because that's it's fun, but also just like every Marvel Rivals tournament involving content creators, filled with drama. So,
I've seen like vague stuff. Like I saw Venta tweeting some things, but I'm not gonna pretend I understand it. I don't even care.
Yeah, I was talking. Yeah, Venta was talking to me about it. Yeah, she was shout out to Venta. She was one of the creators chosen to participate in this $300,000 tournament, Creator World Cup. She was, representing one of the Asia teams, and unfortunately, she had a rough time for reasons that we'll get into. But that's separate drama. There's like drama on top of drama in this tournament. But first, let's get into what is the very clearly going to be the biggest game of all time, the biggest story in the world, which is of course GTA 6. And I mean, what was your prediction for GTA 6 first sales numbers, month sales numbers? Because I was because
10 million.
Because I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, so clearly, if we're talking, we got to look at some of the biggest recent game sale launches. So I was looking at basically Hogwarts Legacy, Cyberpunk 2077, and I'm like, okay, so those were like 12, 13 million respectively first month. So I'm like, okay, so GTA 6 obviously much more popular than those. So my estimation was like, okay, I'm thinking first month for GTA 6 maybe 20 million on an absolute low end.
Okay.
30 million as like a baseline estimate. Jay, within about a day of pre-orders, GTA 6 is estimated to have sold 39 million copies.
So that's
possibly 50 on a high end.
Is that at retail?
That is just pre-orders. It is currently only available for pre-order. You can get it primarily through PlayStation, Xbox. If you do get it any other place, even if you buy the physical, they're only digital codes. But
right. But I mean,
total pre-orders so far.
That's wild when you consider you have to it's not pre-order, it's a pre-purchase. You are paying upfront.
Yeah, because there's no physical version. Yeah, so you're either getting the standard pre-order or you're getting the Ultimate Edition, and when you do that, you can preload it. But if you buy the physical, you're just getting a box with a digital code in it. So there's kind of no point unless you just want the box. But so far, 39 million pre-orders on a low end.
Okay.
On low end estimate.
When I said 10 million, I thought you meant first week. And I guess it's technically his first week because it's day one.
Yeah, it's been this was within like 24 hours of the pre-order.
Jesus.
It's going live.
Yeah. And
that's unfucking-believable. I like because literally I was just thinking about, okay, Cyberpunk was at like 15, because most of Cyberpunk's first month was like pre-orders. It was like 10 million or something pre-orders. I think Hogwarts Legacy had like 10, 12 or something. So I'm like, okay, GTA 6 could hit, 20, potentially, 30 total for the first, I'm thinking like the first month. And I obviously should have just gone even further, because if we're already at 40 million for pre-orders and the game doesn't come out till November. Jesus fucking Christ. What are we looking at? 100 million first month?
That's wild. I mean, how many has 6 or 5 sold?
Yeah. So even if they had a budget of about, people are throwing around budgets like $1 billion budget, 2 billion, even if it was 2 billion, they've already made their production budget back and made a profit. Just on the first week of pre-orders, with a hypothetical $2 billion budget, probably less, but even if it's $2 billion, they've already surpassed that. This is insane.
Did you know that Grand Theft Auto 5 in its first year sold 34 million units?
I did not know the precise first year number, but yeah, that's about 4 or 5 million more than Hogwarts Legacy did the first year.
As of May of this year, it has sold 230 million copies. Keeping in mind that's PS3, Xbox 360, 1 and 4, and then X and 5.
Right.
I mean,
and it's been out for well over 10 years,
13 years, yeah.
Yeah, and they've released since then, GTA Online, which is the primary driving force behind GTA 5's longevity. But yeah, we knew the numbers would be crazy. The hype was insane. The first trailer did crazy numbers. There's obviously this crazy GTA traffic, but now at this point there will be no further delays. It's actually real. GTA 6 dropping in November, and it's going to shatter all sales, all expectations, regardless of what people think about it. Obviously, there was some controversy. Obviously, the chuds, as usual, focusing on the wrong things, desperately trying to stay relevant. But the main complaints were that the 2 editions right now, you have the deluxe edition and the ultimate edition, and right now there's kind of no reason to get the ultimate edition. The least you could spend is $80, and that's basically just get you nothing but the game. The ultimate edition, they have a paywalled behind that edition, a side mission, various stores that allow you to customize your characters, get different skins, weapons, vehicle modifications, all that stuff is locked behind the $100 edition, which obviously annoyed people. But again, it's GTA. We knew they can and will and have gotten away with it. I think ultimately that probably won't even be that big of a deal. I don't think that those were going to be the only stores of that type that were available, but I think it was kind of scummy to paywall a side mission. But again, $100, it's still ultimately an extra $20 for the full game, and I think in the grand scheme of things, $100 for GTA 6, a game that you're probably going to be playing for the next 15 years,
Yeah.
is worth it. Regardless, yeah, you don't have to like the practice, but ultimately you're not going to let that extra $20 stop you from getting GTA 6 if you were truly hyped for it. So it is what it is. You would hope Rockstar would try to get a little bit of goodwill going, but yeah, they said, "Nah, fuck that."
They don't need to, because I do not understand why anybody wouldn't just get the deluxe edition anyway. It's $20, okay, for a game that you are absolutely going to probably get a bare minimum of 100 hours out. Like,
yeah, just
no doubt about it.
Just pay the 100.
When the regular version is already $80, what is another $20?
Literally, like it's no point.
And did you see I Am Dante? Like,
I love. So I love that crash out. Like I understand the optics look really bad, but
sure,
I could tell that he was obviously clipped out of context, and that he was for sure reacting after being like harassed multiple times,
right,
while trying to go over the new gameplay screenshots and everything like that, and he kept getting people complaining and crying about the Ultimate Edition versus Deluxe Edition, and I absolutely agree with I Am Dante on the one point about the fake activism. Like you're in a GTA 6 stream, you're going to play you're complete, like, and this holds up with the sales number. Had all these people online bitching about, oh, I can't believe GTA 6 is $80 for the base. Oh, I can't believe they're paywalling content by a $100 version, and we just saw it shattered all pre-order records. Like the fake activism is pretty annoying, and I do get his point. Like, why are you in his stream, doing chat donations or everything like that, just to bitch about the price? If you actually cared about this, you would boycott the game, and you would support the developers that are affected by the layoffs. And I do agree, it is annoying when you have these like kind of fake activists who go online and just kind of virtue signal about the games industry and don't actually put their money towards anything important, and they ultimately support the things that they claim that are against anyway. Like we know that people complaining about the Rockstar stuff are going to buy GTA 6 anyway, and they're going to buy the $100 version. So it's like, so yeah, for sure, like the people should note that, yeah, it's kind of scummy, but yeah, don't just harass the guy over and over again about this, like as if you're not going to buy GTA 6, because you are. So at that point, just shut up about it. Like, who cares? Like, we understand. Like move on. And I'm not even mad about the lockout of a physical disc. I saw shout out to Dell Walker, friend of the channel. He actually explained it pretty well. Yeah, if you're a physical media person, you definitely would like to have the disc. But practically speaking, it actually makes all the sense in the world for a Rockstar to not have a physical version of GTA 6, at least at launch, because of the difficulties. Like, for one, less development time, because you have to have you have to have a gold version ready to be printed and shipped for your game. I believe it's about 2 months out. You have to have it ready. That means they have less development time to polish and work on a game, because they have to get this disc version out. Doing the disc also requires, obviously, them to pay for it to be printed and distributed. And in the case of GTA 6, with that much demand, they're going to spend a ton of money printing these discs. But most importantly, when you have a physical disc version, that opens it up for leaks, because security in these warehouses are a joke. And you absolutely know, for something as big as GTA 6, you're absolutely going to have Amazon and warehouse people, GameStop warehouse people. You're not going to stop them from cracking open a box and grabbing a GTA 6 for themselves, uploading it, selling it off the back of a truck. Like, you're gonna have all of that. Like, they literally had to deal with hackers hacking their actual company. You don't think somebody is going to open up a box in a warehouse with GTA 6 and fire it up early? Like, what are we
Let me
talking
make
about?
it easy for Eastwood. Buy the Ultimate Edition and stop asking questions. Easy. Like there's no purpose to like I honestly think they should have just put the Ultimate Edition as the only version.
Yeah,
Like
there's literally nothing to the deluxe version. It doesn't even make any sense to even have it.
there actually isn't a deluxe edition. There's literally only an Ultimate and a standard. So I don't understand, like I don't understand the mentality of people that are going to buy this game and not want to just get the biggest version because it's going to have all those extra things. You know what I mean? Like it's $20. It's not a big deal, and it's proven to be a game that is going to last the test of time, right?
Yeah.
Like what are we even talking? Like I've actually seen people that are saying they're not going to pre-order it until they see a gameplay trailer. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? You don't need a gameplay trailer, and they're probably never going to give you one because they don't have to. They just sold 39 million pre-orders in less than a week.
Absolute lark. By the way, if anyone who's saying that they're not going to buy it until they see a gameplay trailer are either pretending and already pre-ordered, or they don't have the money to buy the game anyway. So it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, you're not, no one is waiting for the pre-order. First of all, it's digital only. You don't have to pre-order.
Right. You just have to pre-order like an hour before it comes out.
Yeah, you don't have to do it now. Like, it doesn't come out till November. You can. It's not like these aren't physical pre-orders anymore. Like, there's no supply to run out. You don't have to pre-order games now like months in advance, worried about securing yourself a copy. It's digital only. It's going to be there no matter what. You don't have to pre-order right now. There's literally there's no incentive to do it. Like, it's not going to sell out.
Exactly.
It can't sell out. It's a digital code. You're going to have a copy.
Yeah. It's wild to me. I'm obviously not pre-ordering it, and I understand that not only am I definitely not going to get a review copy, I don't think anybody is going to get a review copy. I think this is going to be the first game in the history of gaming that they're just like, buy it, do your thing.
I think they'll give it to some people.
Very few though.
But it will not be a lot. Like, this will be people who like are really big, like maybe I don't know, like maybe some big I don't even think streamers, like, maybe
maybe IGN,
maybe a Rob, maybe IGN, some journalists, usual journalists, maybe like the Rad Brad will get one for a playthrough.
Yeah, but you're not going to be sailing the 7 seas 10 days early. You know what I mean? Like, you're not, like, there's no way they are so protective, very clearly, of wanting this to just be a pure experience from the start. Okay, like there's just no way. And so, like, I'll get it. I'm
obviously going to get it.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide which to get it on, because I don't really care necessarily which one I get it on, and I don't think this is a game I would ever get all the achievements for, because I know for 5 they weren't all that easy, but I just was waiting to see which would be like the lead platform, and they can't even do that right either. Like PlayStation had to like delete tweets, like plays best on PlayStation or something. I don't know. The whole thing is weird.
So the issue was that the reason why PlayStation had to delete those tweets, because they put them right back up later, but the reason why they had to delete them is because in those promotional tweets, they had a picture of a PlayStation, a physical, this version of the PlayStation, and because GTA 6 literally
Digital.
has no physical disc. There's literally no
Right.
disc for GTA. They didn't want to send the message of having a physical disc drive PlayStation next to GTA 6 because there's literally no reason
Yeah.
to get it for the physical version because there is no physical version of the game of the game. So they deleted that. Those tweets and replaced it with an image of the PS5 Pro digital version without the disc drive because that is literally the only way to play GTA 6. No disc because there will not be one. There was rumors that they might release a disc version a few months after,
Right.
but
That time to get shot down.
But Rockstar has since confirmed that is not the case. So for the foreseeable future, there will be no physical version of Grand Theft Auto 6 whatsoever. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually spin the block because I know they're going to be looking for opportunities to get people to double dip.
Right.
So maybe within 6 months to a year, because we know they're going to stagger the releases of the PC version, and then they're going to do a separate release for the online version. And I can definitely see them doing like a limited run of physical versions.
It'd be kind of interesting if they did. Speaking of limited run, doesn't necessarily have to be through them, but be interesting if they did like a physical version that was like only a collector's edition.
Yeah,
to,
like
really
literally
go after it.
Yeah, I can literally see them doing like knowing that people are going to want it. I could definitely see them doing like a $300 collector's edition with that comes with an actual physical disc, like maybe like a year or something after launch to get people to double dip.
Yeah, I'll probably just get it on Xbox because I don't know if they've. It doesn't matter. Like that's where I prefer. I'm sure it's going to be cross-platform, and because you have a Rockstar account anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering how they're going to do, if they're going to have like a global release time or if it's going to be like, staggered by your time zone.
They'll probably want a global.
Yeah, but like if I'm on Xbox, I'll just be in New Zealand. You know what I mean? So, but I this game, like people have been playing this game like this is a game that people play like an MMO. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like especially with GTA Online.
Literally GTA, literally RP. Like literally servers. They're servers dedicated to role playing and everything like that. Like the rapper T Grizzly literally got richer off of creating his own GTA server and charging people to be members of it. Like it's like GTA 6 is going to be big business. Like there's going to be so much value. Appreciate the 5 Armani. Shout out to you, my friend. Black Flag and Black. Did we have we actually can't. We actually do have Black Flag news that we actually can't talk about. So so shout out. But shout out to Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Looking forward to legally being able to talk about the latest with that game. But
Yar.
Yar. Yeah, but GTA 6 is going to be absolutely unprecedented in terms of everything like that. I haven't even paying attention to like the culture war chuds that are trying to say the game's woke or bad or whatever. Like I vaguely saw people complaining about the way Lucia looks, complaining about the cover girl not being white, like usual chud LARP nonsense. GTA 6 is such a freight train, like it's making the culture warriors even more irrelevant. Like this game is going to sell like we've never seen before, even if it's not even that good, like relative to what we would be expecting. I from what I've seen, it looks like it's good. Going to be good, story driven. Apparently, it's going to have chapters, like in Red Dead 2. The visuals obviously look incredible. We're hearing details about super realistic NPCs and social media systems. The game is going to be absolutely insane. It's going to completely take over the gaming industry when it comes out.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good time. It's not, and that's why I say it's not even my most anticipated game, but even though I love GTA, GTA 3 is my top 5 favorite games of all time, but it's not even my most anticipated game because I look at GTA 6 like this mythical unicorn for all these years, and I'm just like, it is what it is. Like when it comes out, like everyone's going to be playing it. It's going to be crazy, but we know it's just GTA. It's we kind of know what to expect. It's going to be a GTA game, just much better hardware and everything like that. I don't think the grift is going. They're trying to grift right now off of GTA. It's just not working. Like the problem with trying to culture war grift is that it doesn't really work on something that's like really popular and it has like a huge casual base. Like there's nothing that was realistically going to stop people from buying GTA. It's definitely not some neckbeard yelling about brown women being on the cover of GTA. Like that's like this is a franchise, one of the most popular games in the franchise was San Andreas. Like no one's going to listen to right-wing chuds who hate black people when it comes to GTA.
I would have never even thought about the cover if people like didn't start pointing out that people were bitching about it. Not even the people bitching about it, but like there were people that were like basically pointing out why are these people are obviously losers for even like considering it. Like that's how like wild it is, because who cares? Like I said it last week when we were talking about South of Midnight. Like every single time it's not a white girl, they complain.
Yeah,
every single game that features a black female or not a white female, like it's like, why? Yeah, social justice warriors, and it's like, no, it doesn't have to be a white woman every fucking time. Although I will say, they're okay if it's an Asian woman.
Yes, that's
as long as she has enormous bitties.
Yeah, or in the case of the new Stellar Blade, looks like a child. but yeah, it's not. It's ridiculous. It's kind of silly. I think actually it can, them trying to grift off of GTA is going to be a good thing because of how big of an audience GTA has. Like it just puts a bigger spotlight on how much these people
are stupid they are.
Yeah, are just losers. Like because a lot of casual, because they've been getting more and more irrelevant, and now having like a big spotlight on GTA, if people kind of see them grifting and like actually see what they're about, they're just gonna be like, oh, these people are actually, like, I vaguely heard about them, but they actually are losers. Like that's only going to appreciate the file. Yeah, Wolverine's one of my most anticipated for sure.
I was gonna say, like, to answer what you said, no one cared about Solar Blade. I feel like Asian women are like the forbidden fruit, and like people of all cultures, just they're like I don't know.
There's definitely a lot of fetishizing about that, but also they are okay with Asian women because they aren't dark skinned for the most part. The ones that they fetishize at least. So they figure, so they find that to be acceptable. But yeah, if the woman has brown skin, they immediately crash out, call woke, and like obviously they're going to have brown people for a game that takes place in Florida. like what are we talking about? like this is just completely silly, and obviously was just completely swallowed up by all the other much more relevant conversation about the two different versions of the game and all the new features and everything like that. So we don't know yet when GTA is going to drop the next trailer, but they can not do it, or they could do it in a few months. It doesn't matter. The sales are just absolutely insane. This game is just breaking all the records. But the one thing that will hurt people when it comes to getting GTA is if you haven't already bought a console, because obviously the PC version is not coming out anytime soon. So
I did want to say one more thing before we move on to that, though. Imagine thinking a game based in Miami wasn't going to have Hispanic women.
Yeah. You have to have like a 10 IQ.
like what are we doing here? Like, I mean, like that's one of the bigger Cuban parts of America. Like just Cubans alone, not getting into all the other, different varieties of Hispanic women that are going to be there. It's weird, man. I don't get it.
Yeah, the fact that they were like just kind of shows us how out of touch these people are. You used to think that, they have a Spanish woman for GTA 6, a game based on Florida. It's just such obvious grifting. They feel like they have to, because they so many of these grift channels are becoming increasingly irrelevant. So they just have to grift on whatever they can. And that's fortunately not stopping anything. 39 million pre-orders already, possibly 50 already. Most, from my understanding, is probably going to mostly be skewing towards PlayStation, but or Xbox is of course the other place you can get it. But unfortunately, if you're on PC, you have no choice but to either wait for the PC version to drop, maybe in a year, or buy a console. And if you've waited all this time to buy a console, you're kind of in a tough spot, especially come August, because we got another round of price hikes. Pretty egregious so far. Obviously, PlayStation had a round of price hikes for their hardware a little while ago, and Xbox just had another round, to the point they actually had to discontinue one of their versions. The 2 terabyte version of the Series X is now discontinued because of how much they had to raise the prices. Currently, I believe the cheapest version of an Xbox, I think, is the Series S right now. It's going to be about $500 for it, and I think the most expensive one is going to be like well over $7,000. So yeah, expensive time to get into the console market. If you've been waiting all this time, it's going to be a rough go of it for you. I definitely would recommend hurry up and grabbing a PS5. At these prices, you might as well get a PS5 Pro, but the PS5 is solid as well. But man, if you waited, it's bad. That's why day one I made sure I had a PS5 in 2020, and day one I got the PS5 Pro. So I skipped all of the price hikes for both.
Yeah, I obviously got my PS5 Pro day one, got my PS5 and Xbox Series X day one. Not only would you should get the consoles now, like it's not going to get any better anytime soon.
No, this is all tied to the RAM shortages because of all the big AI companies, and according to analysis, the price increases are going to get worse for RAM and everything like that until at least like 2028.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw the Steam Machine prices, at first I was like, okay, that's kind of about what I was expecting, but I didn't really, the specs didn't really sink in until people started saying that's like not even as good as a Series S. Yeah, for the $1,400 one, because I was looking forward to the new Xbox and or the Steam Machine to just be an easy plug and play into my capture card, make PC recording that much easier. And for $1,400, ain't no way. Because I was going to get the bigger one.
Yeah, but like I was thinking 700 range in order for me to like consider this.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that it's like not only is it weaker than a PS5 Pro, it's like not even stronger than a Series S. I'm like, there's fucking no way. Like at that point, just buy a real PC.
Right.
Like,
And that's actually what I was going to get at, because my PC, I know I have to do a clean install of Windows, and I've just been putting it off because I don't want to reinstall everything. I'm having lots of Windows 11 related issues, and I think I just need to start over with Windows in a clean install. And I've downloaded a version that strips out like all the Windows bloat.
right.
And I'm hoping that if I do that, because like I can't even use Twitch on my computer, like it just won't load. So if anybody like streams on Twitch and you haven't seen me in a while, that's why. I literally cannot get on Twitch. And there's other sites like that just like will not let me on the website. Even like what do I use? Adobe Express. I use that just to easily delete backgrounds from images so I can have like just the character, and I use it to do my thumbnails, and it's like a side-by-side image. And even that, like I have to like reload that site like 10 times sometimes before it finally works. So like it's really annoying. I'm tired of it. Like my computer should be fine, but I'm also thinking, well, damn, if all of this isn't going to get better anytime soon, and if it's actually going to go worse, and I was looking into when the like 60 series is going to come out for like the graphics cards, and they're not estimating we're going to get like the 50 series is going to be the standard they're saying until 2028. So I'm like, damn, I don't want to spend $4,000 on a capture card when I'm having all these other issues and it might not fix it. So I looked at Dell because I have like a $6,000 line of credit through Dell, and that I've had since I like worked at Bose. And I'm like, I want to build the most insane computer that they can make, the best of everything. And with tax and shipping and everything, it was like a little over $7,000. And I thought maybe that's a better play than a Steam machine. Like, just start fresh with the best of everything. I'll obviously sell parts from this computer, probably get some of that back, but that's also like a lot of money to like, you know. So I don't know, but that same computer might cost $10,000 in a couple months.
Yeah, legitimately. Like I saw, like we're talking when they said like they're not going to expect any sort of relief until like 2028. They said that they're expecting like another 40% jump. And
you might have just told me on spending $7,000 on a computer that I don't really need right now. You know, like because I would rather just, if I'm going to have to start over fresh anyway, I would rather like just start fresh with everything at the tip of the top right now, and like not have to worry for a few years with all these price increases. But that's the thing, Eastwood, it's not going to be outdated in 6 months because nothing new is coming out. Everybody is only putting out new stuff for AI. Like the AI is buying everything. So all the RAM, everything, AI is just buying it up.
Yeah,
so there's no space.
The only like new computers that are coming that are like relevant are computers that they're actually kind of hurting AI companies because they're building computers with built-in AI, because the way to kind of get around, you know, some of these AI companies like just like, you know, OpenAI is to have AI running locally on your machine. So now, instead of, you know, relying on their servers, so now we're seeing all these companies start producing computers that are designed to run AI locally within them. So that's kind of the new trend there. But otherwise, like the RAM, everything has gotten so expensive because they're just buying up everything. So if you have a good computer now, definitely take care of it, because it's going to be relevant for the foreseeable future, because people legitimately can't afford to upgrade. Like, there's nothing to upgrade.
Yeah, and that's what I'm considering is, do I just bite the bullet now where I can just pay this off, over the year with no interest and make sure that I'm good for the next few years while we try to get through all this? Or do I just hope that this lasts, through it all, which theoretically it should, but I've had this computer now for 4 years and I push it hard. Granted, I have replaced the motherboard already, but when I did that, I had to get a different RAM. So I think I have 64 gigs of RAM sitting somewhere over here that's just not being used, that I should be putting on eBay right now, because that's a lot of RAM.
For like $10,000.
I mean, I could probably legitimately get at least $600 for it, easily.
You could probably quadruple that.
Maybe, yeah. So like, and that's what I'm thinking is, all right, I've got 64 gigs in there, 64 gigs sitting somewhere else. Like, if I sold both of those, like, that would probably get me a decent chunk of the money back. And then even my like 4-year-old graphics card, which is a 3080, I could probably get at least $500 for that. And we're maybe not 5, but still, I could probably get like a decent chunk of what I would be spending.
What kind of graphics card is it?
A 3080, GTX 3080.
Yeah, you could probably. Yeah, I'm seeing, like, I just did a quick search and I'm seeing like secondary market sales of like up to $900 for that.
Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing. I'm looking on eBay right now. Founders Edition 850 MS. I don't know which version I have, but like, yeah, they're like, there's some of them that are in like the 350s, but most of them are, more than 500.
Yeah, and if you wait like another 6 months, like, 1,500, 2,000 maybe,
right?
Like it's crazy. Yeah. So it might be the move to just, like, if you feel the need is coming, just upgrade if easy, because as soon as I saw like it was 1,300, I was like, okay, well, if the specs are really good, I can maybe justify it. But the specs are ass, so I'm like, there's no way. Like, I would rather just get like GeForce Now or something, than, if I was really pressed, than buy this Steam machine. Like, it's a waste of money. So I can only imagine what the Xbox Helix is going to cost, because I just saw a report that right now the components for the PS6, how much it costs to build one, has gone from about $700 to $1,000.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I mean, at this point, Sony definitely. I know they originally planned to release the PS6 in 2027. I think now you absolutely have to just push it to 2028 at the earliest. Like, there's no way.
I was kind of like, so a lot of people are like, oh, we don't need these now, and I'm like, maybe not a PS6, but the Helix. What they're trying to do with it, I do think there's a place for needing it now, but not if it's going to just cost all these prices, because like, you're just going to be dead in the water. Like, even if PlayStation tried to put out, like, and PlayStation is the market leader right now.
Yeah.
Even if they tried to put out a PS6 right now for like break even money, which is probably over $1,000, like, they're going to get laughed out of the room. And it's just not worth. It's not worth even trying right now.
Yeah, it's too expensive. Like, the sentiment is too bad, and I feel like one of the reasons why I thought the delay would make sense is because the sentiment was already, before all these price hikes and everything like that.
Right,
sentiment was already that it was too early for the PS6 because of just how kind of delayed the PS5 generation was, and how relatively few games there have been. Like, Naughty Dog still hasn't released a new game in the PS5 generation, where their first one is going to be the Intergalactic Heritage Prophet, which isn't supposed to come out until 2027. So I'm like, okay, if you're PlayStation, like, just wait get somebody, because you got a nice little lineup of single player games, and they're doubling down on those. You got a nice little lineup of those games coming out. You're gonna have GTA 6. Get all these games out, build some goodwill towards the brand, then maybe try to sell people on the PS6 in like 2028. Hopefully by then the stability, the price, there's somewhat price stability when it comes to the RAM storage, and you can kind of control the price a little bit. Because like, yeah, right now if they tried to announce a PS6 when it's damn near already like $1,000 for a PS5 Pro, and people already feel like there aren't enough PS5 games. If the PS6 isn't like a massive leap, which it realistically is not going to be, like there's no way people are going to pay over $1,000 like in large amounts. For obviously there's always going to be people who buy the latest thing, but with these price increases, that's increasingly getting fewer. Fewer, because we just saw that Sony just had a really low month in sales relatively for the PS5 hardware. Xbox's hardware sales have just absolutely flatlined. Like it's like catastrophic right now. Just people aren't buying it because there's the PS5s have gotten, a lot of people have the PS5, and also it's gotten more expensive, and people already just weren't buying the Xbox because you can pretty much get every Xbox game on PC. Go through Game Pass, and
They
now
also weren't producing them as much as they were.
Yeah, because they when they saw that they were just losing, like they were just like, all right, we're just not going to go too much in the hardware. And then with all the price increases, now people are even less incentivized to buy the hardware. So yeah, hardware sales are kind of in the toilet in general, and now it's just going to get more expensive. Obviously, we're going to see kind of a bump for the GTA 6 market, but yeah, it's looking kind of bleak. Like at this point, does Microsoft even announce? Like, when is even Microsoft planning to announce the Helix? I feel like they should also go to PS5, the PS6 route, and just delay it, because right now all that hype Xbox had going into the Xbox showcase, it's kind of going away. Like they just finally started the closures. Compulsion is out of there. Ninja Theory is out of there. More layoffs are coming. PlayStation just
isn't this cute?
With inflation,
that's adorable.
Yeah, that's absolutely adorable. Eastwood, that's literally what PS5 costs right now.
Yeah.
but yeah, we just had, of course, the Bungie news finally dropped. Total 400 people laid off at Bungie.
I will say this though, real quick before we move on. People say, there hasn't been enough time. Every gap between PlayStation releases has been about 6.5 to 7 years. So theoretically, we are on that pace. I mean, we are coming up on 6 years of the PlayStation 5, crazy enough. So like theoretically, we are on that path. But at this point, when you look at PS to PS2, PS2 to PS3, even PS3 to PS4, the actual changes is crazy. Like you were going, like the actual changes in technology were so big that it made sense. Now, I don't know if the technology has shifted enough.
Yeah, exactly. Also, they had way more games. Like that's the other issue.
Sure.
Like because PS5 launched at the start of the pandemic, there was a ton of delays. So the reason why it feels like it's too soon is because of the kind of delayed start. Like not only were there just not as many games produced, but a lot of people for the first several years just couldn't get their hands on a PS5 even if they wanted it. So that's why it's, to a lot of people, it's felt like it would be too soon for the PS6, even though technically they're on the time frame, but because of how everything happened with the pandemic, everything feels like it's a little rush going into a PS6 already, because some people feel like if it took you like 3 years just to get a PS5, then it feels weird to already be hearing about a PS6 because you haven't had it that long.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I am just also just saying that it is the trend that they've followed. So like, it's not as accurate as what you said is. It's not as ridiculous as it seems on paper.
Yeah, but I think that's why they're walking back that timeline and like looking to delay it, because they recognize the situation and the consumer sentiment and the pricing in hikes. It doesn't make sense to kind of rush out a PS6, especially when they're still making really good money, and they don't want to put out a PS6 and it just not perform well. So I think they rather just ride the wave. They are the market leader. They are going to get a ton of business from Grand Theft Auto 6, so they really don't have to rush it. Reportedly, the Insomniac obviously dropping Wolverine this year. Reportedly, Venom is still on track to release in 2027. So they're pretty good on games right now.
I don't think getting a pre-built gaming PC is a bad idea. I mean, you just have to know what specs you want. And
very, very important to know exactly what the specs are, because you don't want it, because a lot of PCs are advertised as gaming PCs and they aren't actually.
Yeah, I would say like if you're gonna get a gaming PC right now, I would future-proof it as much as you can. I wouldn't just get one to get one and I'm gonna spend like $1,500, $2,000 on one. You're probably gonna want to spend $3 or $4 grand to get a pretty good one. You can probably get like a lesser graphics card and then upgrade that down the line. But I would not, like, when it comes to the RAM and all the other stuff.
Yeah, don't cheap out on that.
Don't cheap out on that now, because you're gonna want it later.
And it's only going to get worse.
Like we were just talking about, I'm literally thinking about buying a $7,000 computer because I'm afraid that computer a year from now is going to cost $10,000. You know what I mean?
Because it will.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe more. So
yeah, like I really don't want to, because like I literally just paid all my bills off, and I really like seeing those zeros, and
they're wonderful to see.
Yeah, and I just don't want to jump back into it. And I mean, yeah, sure, hopefully no interest for a year, whatever. But like, I don't know. Like, but at the same time, I really think it's probably the smart play. So
yeah, because you're not going to get, unless something dramatic happens, these prices aren't going to come down. They're just going to get more expensive. So you might as well.
I mean, we're talking about like there would need to be like multiple new companies starting. Like somebody made a joke earlier that like Elon Musk was going to bail us out and create a new company. It would literally take that, is like Elon Musk saying, "Oh, I can make money here. I'm going to start a new company that's going to build RAM," and like that might not even be enough.
Yeah. No, it would literally have to be like a dramatic change in the way RAM works. So like some or just AI companies would just have to just amass, just start going under. It's just no other way. Like it has to be some kind of huge breakthrough or huge collapse for these prices to come back down, because it's just so bad right now.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Like Micron is one of the biggest manufacturers of RAM in the industry. They literally announced they're cutting off selling to consumers to sell direct to these AI companies.
Yeah,
like
that's how it is.
And like this is just a whole. I know. Yeah, this is a whole company taking their product off the market. Like, It's
Yeah,
wild.
yeah, it's like fuck you. We're just going to because there's more money. They could make more money just upselling to these AI bros. Like it just makes more sense for them. So, but yeah, I think I do think that having these computers though with like built-in like AI capabilities is going to be a way to kind of chip away at those AI companies. We'll see how much it affects them over the long term, because we do know OpenAI is hemorrhaging money, but those data centers are still up,
Yeah.
and
Fuck
you
Sam
know
Altman.
and the government is going to definitely take advantage of them for mass surveillance, even if the AI companies can't use them. So we might be screwed regardless. But uh, at the very least, people aren't going to be relying as much on like cloud, the servers for the AI stuff, because computers are going to start coming with built-in AI in them that run locally. That's just going to be the way it's going to be going forward, which is I think probably the best way to run AI. Appreciate the two, Armani. Hope the AI bubble bursts. It's bursting, but it's not bursting like enough for for the RAM prices. Like there's all like AI is in when we're here to stay. I think the interesting thing is that a lot of companies are walking it back to some degree, because a lot of people warned that they were jumping too much into AI. And the funny thing is that a lot of these companies who like Microsoft included, who fired all these people in order to optimize for AI, start realize after they ran the numbers that they're actually spending more money on AI than they would if they had just stuck with human workers, and they're not getting a notable increase in efficiency.
Yeah.
It's just kind of backfired on a lot of these companies jumping into AI. So so they're by all means not abandoning it. Sony, doubled down recently with their investors that they are going to be implementing more and more AI, but I think companies are starting to become a little smarter with how they use AI. They recognize it is going to be a useful tool in some areas, but they're realizing that going too much into it doesn't really make any sense, because they're they thought it was just kind of going to be this miracle solution of saving money, and it's just not. you still just need to. It's still just better to rely on good humans and just use AI to just make their jobs a little bit easier, rather than try to find a magic solution to make the AI do everything for you. Like that's just not going to be the way. So for now, all your shit is still going to be more expensive, but hopefully it gets a little better. But yeah, gaming is still going to be rough for a bit. More layoffs are coming from the Xbox side. I think Bungie's layoffs are done for now. Hopefully they can get some kind of momentum going forward. Unfortunately, Supergirl also not having much momentum, not having a good week. The reviews came in. Critics not too fond of Supergirl, which we don't really care that much about. But unfortunately, the money also isn't there for Supergirl. Me and Jay saw it. Jay, before we get into the box office, we'll get a little bit into our impressions. When did you see Supergirl?
Wednesday.
So yeah, I saw it. I saw it Thursday in 3D. What did you think of the Supergirl?
I thought this is the first time I've ever actually kind of felt this way. I think that the people that are going to hate it are going to hate it for what it's not instead of what it is. And I actually think that's kind of fair for once. But I enjoyed it. My wife loved it. Like she liked it a lot. So I feel like if you go into it just turning your brain off and watching a Supergirl movie, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't enjoy it. I thought,
Right.
Jason Momoa was incredible as Lobo. He is everything that we thought he would be, and now I want a full Lobo movie. I thought
Mhm.
Millie Alcock did better as Supergirl than I expected. I think we've talked about how I wasn't the biggest fan of her casting, but
Yeah.
it's the coming of age trope. You know what I mean? And it's been done a million times. Some of the, some of the visuals weren't, they're a little drab, but like at the end of the day, its biggest problem is you've got Supergirl, who is a C-list character, maybe, and maybe you could maybe bump her into B just because she's Superman's cousin. You got Lobo, who the purists love, but he's probably a B character right now. And then you've got who?
Creme.
What was his name? Krem of the Yellow Hills.
Yeah.
Like how it's just so many forgettable characters, and its biggest problem is it's the second DCU movie following Superman, which was also really good but very flawed. I would have never done this movie second. This is like Captain Marvel, okay? You do this that far down the line. You don't, it's just, I'm questioning James Gunn's being in charge because of this movie. That doesn't mean I think it's bad. I don't think it's great. I enjoyed it. I think I give it a 6.5. And maybe that was too strong, but I liken it a little bit to Love and Thunder. Maybe Captain Marvel is a good comparison. But yeah, I didn't have it like making less money than Morbius opening weekend.
Yeah, that is I think that's ultimately like what's going to hurt Supergirl the most. I think they can deal with it, not being like the biggest hit critically, but getting cooked by both Morbius and the Marvels. Big yikes.
But like it was Toy Story 5, was that it was the second weekend, okay. But like 70 million was the most money this weekend, okay? So like even if Supergirl made 70 million this weekend, people would still be saying it was a flop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think I think most people thought it would do maybe. I think people were thinking maybe it'll do around, I don't know, Falcon and the Winter Soldier numbers maybe, but not even passing Morbius is like catastrophic. Like that's actually really bad.
I'm starting to wonder, like, do people just fucking hate themselves? Like, I don't understand like how like you do understand that like rooting for this movie to fail means maybe you don't get that Lobo movie set up, you know? And like
the people rooting for it to fail don't care about movies. Like they don't care about
right.
They don't care about it. They don't care about this. They're LARPing. This is all just a grip for them. Like all these people decided as soon as James Gunn announced Supergirl that they're going to hate the movie no matter how it turned out. Like by the open announcement, they had all their anti-woke scripts already written. Like this was already, like, they don't care about, they just care about getting their audience mad about, women in movies or whatever like that. They do not care regardless of the quality. So they were going to hate it regardless. I think the problem, I think what James Gunn and them are actually looking at is how poorly it did box office wise, because that's the bigger concern. And I kind of get it in a way. Like I think the issue is that Supergirl, I think the problem is that in the current market, especially since Supergirl released with among some pretty stiff competition, I think when it comes to like a blockbuster movie, especially in the current economy, you can't really get away, because Marvel learned this as well after post Endgame. when less people are going to the theaters, you can't really get away with mid like you could in the past. And that's what this was. Like, I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed Supergirl. I think I'll give it like a 7. I think the movie is worse if you read the source material, because I think that's because I think that's the problem. I think that was the bigger issue. I think if they more faithfully adapted the source material, this could have been like a Logan type of movie for DC that could have carried them with word of mouth and done pretty well, because they didn't spend that much money on it relatively. You know, that's been a big thing Gunn has been focusing on, and I think that's what this movie needed, because when you take that source material and you water it down to the extent that they did, it's not really that palatable to modern audiences, because it's kind of like art, kind of it kind of had the bones of like a really artsy, you know, emotional story, but it kind of cut out all of the emotional depth and everything from it, and it didn't really. And it, you know, obviously a lot of people complained about how it looked, but yeah, because when I was watching the movie, I was like, this is fine, but the whole time I'm like, it's missing something very important, and I think it's the emotional depth, because and going back to the original book, I think that the biggest thing is that one of the biggest things is that they told the book from the perspective of the little girl instead of Kara, and that changed a lot. And I think, and I understand why they went away with that, but they probably shouldn't have. And then the other thing is obviously they skipped a lot. They also cut a lot of stuff, but the bigger thing is the way they portrayed Supergirl. Like the way Supergirl acts, and I think Millie like perfectly nailed it. The way she's supposed to be portrayed in the book, the way she acts, you know, the drunk party girl that, you know, doesn't really care, you know, that's just out getting drunk, you know, to cope with the trauma from losing her world. That was Supergirl at the beginning of the book, and she changes significantly after Crypto gets shot.
Yeah.
But in the movie, she's the same character throughout the entire thing, kind of this Jack Sparrow type of character, and that doesn't really take anything seriously, and like kind of. So I think that was their biggest mistake, because it really messed up the tone, and it made her character arc progress seem weaker, and it also really negatively impacted like kind of the emotional core of the story, which was the relationship between these two women.
The middle, putting the Krypton stuff kind of in the middle also kind of slowed it down a little bit. I actually appreciated that, because I don't know if that's like actually how it happened. I would imagine there must have been some extent of it. I didn't realize there was like a part that just drifted for a while. But I appreciated seeing that perspective, actually. And it wasn't flashy, it wasn't like super interesting. It was obviously depressing, but like, so that hurt as much as it helped, like the overall tone of the movie. But like, yeah, it definitely showed that she was really worried about Crypto, and that she cared about Crypto and what was going on. But still, it was weird to see her not like sober up a little bit.
That's the problem, yeah, because it didn't really feel like it. Like we saw in the beginning, like she clearly loves the dog, but then, and she was sad about it. But the way she acted, like right afterwards on the adventures, it didn't really feel like it. And then it didn't really feel like she was bonding with the girl. Like a big part of the book was how her and the girl get closer and closer as they're along on this adventure together, and she's looking at Kara from her perspective. She's she's becoming increasingly more heroic. And in the movie, Kara is just like kind of this, Jack Sparrow type drunk party thing that just kind of quips her way through everything and doesn't really want the girl around, and kind of is constantly trying to get rid of her, even up to the climax. And it kind of just undercut the core of what the source material is supposed to be about. And then, as great as Lobo was, if you cut Lobo out, the movie doesn't change at all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like it felt like his scenes were added in post, because the original source material was going to have Lobo, but they cut him. And when I heard they were putting him back in, I thought, okay, they're going to implement Lobo more into the story than they were in the original. So I was curious to see how that would change. And ultimately, it was just like, oh, we're just going to give Jason Momoa a couple minutes, run the camera, and let him act like Jason Momoa. And like it was fun. Everyone enjoyed seeing him, but it had no impact on the movie. It didn't matter that he was in this movie. It was just fan service at that point. Like, he had no impact on the story. He had no impact on the narrative. It was just like, you can literally remove him and nothing changes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he had some impact in the fact that like he kind of ran through them at the end, but like I guess anybody could have done that. You know what I mean?
They could have just had any MacGuffin, because what the other thing they kept doing was constantly coming up with an excuse to depower her.
Yeah.
But it's like, in the original source material, the only thing that happened was that she waited on the planet with the two suns. She just waited until the green sun went down and the yellow sun came up to go on the attack, and that was just it.
Yeah, in this they just tricked her into going there. Yeah. I didn't read Woman of Tomorrow. I meant to. But at the end of the day, the real thing is, as great of a story that is, that's not the second movie of the DCU. Like, you could tell that story eventually, but you got to earn that, Mr. Gunn. You know what I mean? Like, if you really want, like, so like you're doing this just so that for Man of Tomorrow, you can have her be there. You could just plug her in there and nobody would have cared. Nobody would have known the difference. It wouldn't have mattered. She could have just been there and with no explanation necessary. We didn't need to see all this to say, oh wait, Supergirl's there helping, when what we really need, I feel like it's like he just watched what happened with Suicide Squad, I thought, and everybody was like, no, we want the Justice League. We want these characters. And he said, bet. Here's Supergirl instead of Batman,
Yeah. A lot of people compared this to like DC's Thor Dark World. And even then, Thor Dark World was like the 7th Marvel movie at that point.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like with how ambitious like it seems like Man of Tomorrow is, if the DC timeline kind of does feel weird, because you have Superman, was supposed to be the big thing to set it off, like your movie franchise, and then you have down here you have Creature Commandos and Peacemaker, and then for your second movie you have the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow's adaptation, and then your third movie is body horror Clayface movie, and then you go into mid. It feels weird, like because when Marvel set up, because the way Marvel did it is like they said, okay, we're gonna build towards an Avengers movie, so we're gonna load up with origin stories of the characters that we're going to feature in the Avengers movie, and then drop the Avengers movie. So we had Iron Man, and that was a hit. So you had Iron Man 2, then you had Thor, and you had Hulk, you had Captain America. And you're like, oh, and then within the Iron Man movie, we also established Black Widow and Nick Fury. So it's like, okay, we have the ingredients for the Avengers movie. And then we dropped the Avengers movie. And with the James Gunn, it's like, okay, we're going to have Creature Commandos and Peacemaker here. We're going to have the Green Lantern show. And then we're also going to have a Clayface movie here. And then we're going to have a Supergirl movie here. And we're going to have a Wonder Woman show, but Wonder Woman's not going to be in it. And
a Clayface movie, by the way, that's not even in the same universe.
Not even the same universe. We're going to have a Batman movie sometime way into the future. Like it is, yeah. It kind of, we're not going to have the Flash at all, so it kind of feels weird, you know, with the way they're setting up these movies. At some point, we're going to have something for the Authority, and it just feels, you know, it kind of just feels weird how where he's kind of going with this.
I love James Gunn. I love those Guardians movies. I don't know what the fuck he's thinking. This is like This is like Love and Thunder, where Taika went full Taika. You can't let James Gunn go full James Gunn. Like, I think he's a creator. I don't think he's a mastermind. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think he's the right person.
Yeah,
to lead this right now, and I want him to be. Yeah,
I wanted to let him cook, but I don't think, because I'm not even mad that Supergirl was necessarily second, because I do think the movie could have worked if they executed it properly, because I do think Woman of Tomorrow is that good that it could have worked if they executed it properly. And maybe Lanterns will kind of save it by being, you know, a big hit, maybe, but it does
even looks bad.
It feels weird. It does feel weird. Like when I first saw that he's starting his DCU with a Wonder Woman show without Wonder Woman and no Batman, I was like, okay, but you're gonna have Green Lanterns here. You're starting with Superman, Supergirl. Okay, maybe let him cook, but now it feels weird, especially a
grounded, earthbound Green Lantern movie.
Yeah,
or show.
Yeah, now it's feeling weird, like because we know they're leading to Man of Tomorrow, which, you know, is going to have Brainiac, Jay's favorite villain of all time, of course, and obviously they're going to bring back the Justice Society from Superman movie. We're assuming Supergirl is going to be there as well. It's going to be teamed up with Lex, you know. At that point, we're thinking, oh, maybe we get our Justice League, so maybe we get a Lantern, maybe we get John in there. But
the guy's already there.
Yeah, guy's there, but we're not going to have. But we know we're not going to have a Batman, presumably. We know there's no Wonder Woman or Flash, so it's like, if you're kind of doing this team up thing as like your direct follow up to Superman. Does it really work? Because that was kind of part of the issue with the Snyderverse, is that they too rushed into their big team up movie, and didn't really establish the universe properly. Like, they started one on Superman, then they jumped straight into a Batman versus Superman crossover that stuffed in Wonder Woman and all these Justice League characters, and then went straight to a Justice League movie. And here it feels like, okay, Gunn's kind of doing the same thing, except he's throwing out all these smaller projects tied around it, and ultimately still doing kind of the same thing with the movie, except having more movies that didn't make. Because at least with the old DC, you kind of understood what they were going for. They were trying to do throw as many heavy hitters as possible to get it going. But yeah, with Gunn, it's like I feel like leading with your heavy hitters wasn't the bad idea. I think the problem with the old DC was the execution. I think they still should have started with Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern to establish your DCU, and
fuck the Snyderverse.
And you throw in some other stuff, because their animated lineup looks amazing. Like, all the animated stuff come out looks fucking incredible. But it's the live action stuff. It's stuff that's dragging behind. It's the live action stuff that's dragging behind. If
you wanted to do Woman of Tomorrow, I bet they would have nailed it as an animated.
100%. Yeah, or an HBO Max show. Or an HBO Max show. Live action HBO Max show.
Yeah, I just it's so rare that we are so lockstep and like one hive mind on this kind of thing, but like we are literally like in each other's heads right now, like saying what we feel. And it's just I never thought when James Gunn got announced as, I'm like, oh, perfect, he gets
Yeah.
it, he makes a great movie, and he still does make a great movie. They like don't like, again, Woman of Tomorrow or Supergirl it's good, I enjoyed it, but like you're still trying to, like, he was able to get by with these spare parts and turn them into household names with Guardians, and he thinks he can just do that for everything, and
Yeah.
that is his biggest issue, because like you can't always get away with having your main villain being Ronin or Ego or freaking the High Evolutionary. Like, these are not popular characters by any stretch, and they weren't really made any more popular by being in these really great movies. But like, it's just, you can't do that every time. Like, I think people have shown over and over again, they want these characters they know and love. They want to see that dark side battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess in to that extent, I guess you could put Brainiac there. As much as I'm over Brainiac,
Yeah.
I understand not everybody looks at it that way, and I guess that's fine. But like, I just question his like, a grounded Earthbound Green Lantern show with 80-year-old Hal Jordan. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand it. And I actually thought that I did not realize Clayface was going to be in the theaters. I thought that was like the Penguin. You know what I mean?
No, it's it's a theater release.
Yeah, that's wild to me. I and people also forget that they're going through this sale right now, and it's I don't understand it. Like, I would have thought James Gunn would have gone for the safe bets. You know what I mean? Like, you're already like starting from behind. I would have gone with some of the safe bets early and get people back, and then you get to do your art projects. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because it feels like these aren't bad things to have. It feels like they're misplaced in
Right.
the timeline. Like,
Yeah.
if I was in charge, I would have still started with Superman, but my second movie would have been Batman Brave and the Bold.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have also greenlit a new Flash movie, and I would have greenlit a Green Lantern movie.
And Wonder Woman.
And I wouldn't like I still think Lanterns could be good, but yeah, the fact that they went for a lower budget one we'll see. It could pay off. It could not. But we'll have to see how it turns out. But the fact that the movie lineup itself just has so few heavy hitters, like it does feel like it does. Clayface and Woman of Tomorrow definitely feel like something you release after like you've already done like 5 DC movies already, 5 or 6 DC movies deep, and you're just trying to plug the catalog with some good shit. But again, I still think I do think like Woman of Tomorrow would have made a better show than a movie at this point.
Yeah. I just I like, but I even look at like everything DC seems to be doing lately just seems to backfire. Like, even Lego Batman, I hope it sold 1 billion copies. It doesn't feel like it did, though. Like, for me,
No.
it was my least performing Lego game. Like, I'll put it this way: Funko Fusion did better traffic for me than Lego Batman, which is wild. But it just feels like they deserve some wins. They have amazing characters, amazing stories, and we're here dealing with like him trying to like stroke his ego. Like I'm James Gunn and I can do this.
So, FYI, Lego Batman estimated to have sold 1.2 million copies across all platforms the first week.
Ooh, they just announced 4 or 3 new characters in Tokon. Blade,
I mean,
Loki, Deadpool.
ooh, oh, on a Sunday. What is today
It's
like Evo?
Evo. Yeah, hold on, I got it up. Wario just tweeted it. Share screen.
Ooh, I gotta see this.
I guess it's a trailer too.
Ooh, Blade looks gas.
Yeah, of course, just a big crotch.
Of course.
Crotch and booty shot. And I guess this is the Samurai Outriders.
Oh, that's gas.
Yeah. So
Ghost Rider, Loki, Blade, and Deadpool, Samurai Rise. That's gas.
I don't know what's in the I guess it's a trailer. Stephen Strange was saying. I don't know what's in the trailer if this is anything copyright, so we're just gonna hold off on that for now. But I'm sure we'll both be watching that later.
Oh yeah, I definitely tap in. Like again, I'm not a huge fighting game guy, and a lot of people don't get into fighting games, but I definitely want to tap in because I had some fun with it in the beta, and it looks really cool. So I'll play it for the story mode at very least.
Open beta July 24.
Another beta, nice. Open beta this time. All right, I'll definitely play the open beta, and I definitely look forward to at least playing the story mode. Because story mode sounds like it's pretty good for a fighting game. So I'll definitely tack in. Mario Talk is going to be doggy water. Oh, from what I've played and seen, it's going to be a really good fighting game. It's just like fighting games aren't for everybody.
Yeah, I'm slightly worried about it, but we'll see. I mean, I hope it's good.
It seems good. All the fighting game fans seem to think it's good. I'm not even a huge fighting game guy, and I thought it was pretty. I thought it felt pretty solid, and that's with like limited roster. I didn't even get to play like all the other new characters like Magic and stuff like that look really fun. So I think it's gonna be good. But again, I'm not a super fighting game guy.
I'm not gonna play the audio, but the trailer isn't that long.
All right, bet. Holy frame, your blade looks fire. That Loki assist looks broken. Yeah, the art style and the animations are so good in this game. And I was listening. They released the soundtracks, the OSTs for different characters. Oh my god, the OSTs are so fucking good.
Yeah, I do love the art style. I will admit that. Oh wait, there's actually a way longer trailer. It looks like. Ooh. So that was just a clip from PlayStation's tweet, but I guess it's like a 3-minute trailer. So
yeah, I definitely tap in. Yeah, Marvel took on. I'm looking forward to it. Not at the top of my list. Obviously, Wolverine is what I'm most hyped for this year when it comes to the superhero games. I'm definitely looking forward to Wolf Among Us 2 later in 2027 and the Wolf Among Us remaster this holiday season. But the kind of lost in the shuffle a little bit. But I made a video on it. We have another Marvel game coming, Jay. Wake up, DC. This one was tweeted out about by our good friend Miller Ross. There's already been leaks about it. This right now is codenamed Project Comet. So it has not been officially announced by Marvel, but there is a beta sign up for it right now for mobile so far, and it is a action RPG. It is being compared to Ultimate Alliance in terms of having a big roster of Marvel characters. It is a third-person action game. They have different abilities for each character, but it's kind of this big RPG similar to like in the style of like a Genshin Impact or Withering Waves, and it's also a bit of a gacha as well. So Marvel, but Genshin Impact, I think I think that instantly shot near the top of my list of anticipated upcoming games if they stick the landing. Big if, always when it comes to these things. But from what I've heard, and I've heard a lot more than I can say, this is a very ambitious game that has tremendous amounts of potential. I know that a lot of Rivals players, one of the reasons Rivals was so popular is that there was this kind of big hole in the market that Avengers left that Suicide Squad wasn't able to fill either. And a lot of people, people have been asking for years, for another updated DCU. There's a lot of people who want a multiplayer superhero game that's not PvP. They want to play as, they want to LARP as their favorite heroes, but they don't want it to be a PvP. They want it to be a fighting game. They don't want it to be a a hero shooter. They want a co-op single open world ish game, like an Open Alliance type of experience. They could play with their friends. And Genshin was like a huge, obviously huge. William Raven is obviously huge. And I was always thinking, like, if they can make a superhero game with that Genshin kind of formula, this big co-op open world action RPG, I think it could be huge. And Marvel finally took notice and are making that game. So obviously, absolutely tremendous potential if they stick the landing on that one. I think it's going to definitely get some attention when they officially announce it and people kind of see it properly. Obviously, potential for it to go wrong. People had high hopes for Marvel Future Revolution, but that game failed, but also had a lot of issues. They went heavy on the PvP with that game, and they also made it pay to win, and they also made it mobile only. So so it was a lot working against that one. But from what I've heard and seen, they are not making that mistake with Project Comet. So
yeah. So I think we talked a little bit about this last week.
Yeah.
And I still say the same thing I said then. They've got to at least have a PC client or like have it on PC. Like they can't do mobile only. Like I know everybody has a phone, but like people want like make this everywhere.
Yes, make this everywhere. It will, and I am expecting on PC. But Rivals is still chugging along right now. They're in the middle of a creator tournament, a $300,000 tournament as we get ready for season 9 in about a week, and a lot of issues with this tournament. For one, $300,000, a lot of money for a tournament, big tournament. But despite that, nobody knew about the tournament until like 2 days before it started. They didn't really promote it. They had kind of mixed messages about the creators about what they could say and when they could announce it. And so a lot of people didn't have time to properly prepare. And then the issue that Venta was getting into is that they didn't really balance the teams properly at all. Like Venta's pretty much Venta's whole team were people who never played Rivals or had very little time to play Rivals. Whereas if you look at Kingsman's team, for example, Kingsman is representing Team USA in the Creator World Cup. He is a one above all player. He is one of the best players in Rivals. I believe he's hit one above all actually on all 3 roles, or definitely on multiple characters. He's not just a top 5, he's a top 10 player, arguably, in Marvel Rivals. Also on his team is Flats and J3, who are 2 top 500 players. J3 is a top 500 DPS player, like Kingsman. Flats, even though he doesn't grind the game like he used to, is a top 500 tank player. and it's not really fair, but other teams also have pros. So there was definitely partly the issue with team balance, but also the biggest drama is that we had kind of another Kingsman Zaza situation. For those that don't remember, Kingsman got famous because he was in a 100K tournament and his team kicked him off because he was trying to convince his teammate Zaza, who was a Black Widow player, that she should be willing to, you know, swap to different characters because Black Widow is the worst character in the entire game. And because of the nature of the tournament, he knew that there were a lot of people going to be countering her specifically because she's very easy to counter in organized play. So he was trying to get them to organize different lineups, and she just refused to swap or play anything other than Black Widow. And even when she performed really badly, and no one on his team had his back, he got kicked off. It became a whole huge viral thing that made him famous because everyone kind of agreed if you're playing in a 100K tournament, you should show up and try to actually win. Even if you don't personally care, like, it's kind of selfish to just show up to this 100K tournament and just play for the vibes when there are other people who need the money, and you just sit and you just don't want to even play as an act for the team. You just want to play your character. So everyone kind of agreed that was shitty. You know, don't do that. People hate it when this happens in ranked. Don't do it in a 100K tournament. Well, in this 300K tournament, one of the teams, I believe it was Team Canada, they had XQC and Aramori, who's a pro healer, strategist player, and a guy named Warren, who is a top 500 Overwatch player. This is what makes it worse, kind of. So he doesn't play rivals that often. When he does play, he usually likes to play Squirrel Girl and Namor. But he is not a first time rivals player. He is not a first time hero shooter player. He is a top 500, top ranked Overwatch player, which makes him better, much better than the average rivals player, even average rivals rank player, because he's also a hit scan player. So that means even if he doesn't really know the characters, if you put him on a hit scan in rivals, he can theoretically do really well because he was a hit scan in Overwatch, which is a much harder game, much harder hero shooter in the same genre, and the aim is going to the positioning, all that translates. Instead of locking in some of the stronger hit scan characters like a Cyclops or Elsa, he decides, no, I'm going to play Squirrel Girl, and I'm only going to play Squirrel Girl. And if I can't play Squirrel Girl, maybe I'll do some Namor. So Aramori is obviously like, okay, well, and they were kind of trying to patiently explain, okay, well, Squirrel Girl's ass, so maybe we can, you know, think of some different comps that we can run that aren't Squirrel Girl focused, so we can win this tournament. And one of the suggestions was Ultron. Is like, okay, well, one of probably the strongest comp in the game, triple support with Ultron. So it's like, okay, why don't you try some Ultron? So they put him on. So he's like, I never played Ultron. It was like, all right, well, let's try Ultron. We'll show you the basics and just give it a shot. So he plays Ultron. This clip went super viral. He basically tells his chat, I'm going to pretend like I'm trying for the team. So I'm just going to play Ultron just so I can make it look like I'm being a team player. But I'm going to just tell them afterwards, I'm only going to play Squirrel Girl because I just want to play Squirrel Girl. I don't really give a fuck. I know it's selfish. So he does well on the Ultron, even though he never played it before, obviously because he's a top 500 hit scan Overwatch player. And he tells them, yeah, no, I can't really Ultron. I think we're just going to lock the Squirrel Girl. So he forces him to play Squirrel Girl and build around his Squirrel Girl comp, and they lose every game. and obviously. And
did he not like see the Zaza thing? Like, why would you like? Here's the bigger thing: how big does your ego have to be to look at a live chat where people are watching you and absolutely going to clip you, and like say, yeah, I'm just gonna like kind of go along with it, but I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. Like, how?
Insane ego. And you know, he was right to an extent. Like, he's getting absolutely destroyed by a lot of people too, but he had a lot of people, especially from the Overwatch community, defending him, partially because his beef was with Aramori, and you know, the internet hate women. You know, literally she was in the exact same position as Kingsman pretty much, and they took his side instead of hers. But yeah, they had beef because I think after they had lost like 3 games in a row and they were pretty much done, he was like, their only chance was like qualifying as a wild card, and they had one more game come up against USA, and he's like, all right, like, yeah, maybe we could try some different comps. I think you wanted to try Ultron, and Eric Morris like, you know what? That was like, if you want to play Ultron, that was like 3 games ago. Like, do whatever you want. And then he felt some type of way about it. He's like, oh, why are you shading me? I'm just innocent Overwatch player who who doesn't play rivals that often. And it's like, yeah, because you're being a selfish asshole. Like because the big difference is I've been watching different teams. Like most of these teams have at least one or two players who aren't like super sweaty high pros. That's how they kind of try to balance it. You have like gold players, you have silver players, and they're like, okay, but the difference is they like Emaru, for example, she's like a just chatting cosplay streamer. She doesn't really play rivals. She's like a gold level player. And the difference is when they ask her to play a character, she says, yep, what do you need me to do? Whatever you need me to do, I'll do whatever I need to win. You want me to play Rocket? I'll play Rocket. You want me to play Luna? I'll play Luna. You need me to ult? Tell me when to ult. I'll ult. And compared to this guy who was a top 500 Overwatch player, when they asked him to do something, he's like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to play Supergirl, or I'm just going to do my thing. And he doesn't perform well. Like, he has this ego where he's like, I'm going to do whatever I want. Trust me, we're going to win doing what I want. And he just doesn't do well. And like in the game where he's like, oh, maybe we can try to flex, and she told him just do whatever you want. That was against the USA team, and the only way they could have qualified, they had a chance, like if you had enough final hits. So they were like, okay, let's try to farm final hits in this game against USA, even if we lose. And guess how many final hits they had at the end?
10.
0.
Oh God.
The entire team. 0.
Wow.
For all of them. Absolutely destroyed by Kingsman.
I feel like that Emaru girl is in like everything they do though.
Emaru, this is the first time I've seen Emaru. I know Doki Bird and Fan are in a lot of these tournaments. I know Emaru is usually at like the creator previews a couple of times, but I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her in too many tournaments. But so I was surprised when she was on Kingsman's team. But they just stuck her on support, and she just played whatever they told her to play, and absolutely destroyed. Like they like team Airways team got absolutely rolled. They did not get a single kill in any round, in any like absolutely barbecued. It was bad. It was really bad. And of course the guy locked Supergirl, and it did not go.
How do you not get a final hit with Supergirl, man? Like even against pros, I don't care.
He played, and he also swapped a Punisher at one point. He did not get a single kill, not an assist, not a nothing. Nothing. And it was bad. It was brutal. It was absolutely brutal.
Yeah, I just don't understand these mentalities, man. Like, obviously I'm never going to be qualified to like play in one of these high tier, events.
You would be actually, because they had smaller creators, they had silver players, they had gold players.
Okay, I was gonna say skill wise, but okay, but like, I feel like you should be able to be competent enough to understand that you're in this to win. You're not in it. Like how he had to have seen the Zaza thing.
Yeah, it was everywhere. Everyone saw it.
So like, how do you do that to yourself? Like, how do you think that that's not going to happen to you?
It has to be ego. Like, he thought, okay, well, I'm big. I can do what I want. First of all, I think he honestly thought that because he's won creator turns before, so he's like, I'm just gonna stroll up. I'm gonna play my Squirrel Girl. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna get some good clip. I'm gonna clip, because he was trying to clip for him the whole time. He's like, I'm gonna get some good clips, and then afterwards, I'm gonna make a video on how I won the Creator World Cup with Squirrel Girl. And after the first game, it was very clear, no, you're not going to do that. And he still was like, no, I'm going to play Squirrel Girl. I'm just going to do what I want. And it's like, bro, yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing isn't that whether or not they won or whatever, or how well he played. It's the fact that he knew better. He's a top 500 Overwatch player. He knew better. He could have done better. He could have played better characters. But he decided, I'm going to play this character for the vibes and not play for the team, even though I'm playing with pros. Like, there's a literal professional on my team. I have a literal coach that's coaching us, that's coaches professional teams, and I'm just going to ignore all of them and just do whatever I want.
I don't know a lot about XQC, but I know he plays Rivals a lot, and he must be pretty good.
He used to grind it pretty hard. He isn't. That's the thing. XQC wasn't Overwatch pro. He played professional in Overwatch,
Okay.
and when he did grind Marvel Rivals, he was like a top 500 player.
Yeah.
So they didn't even have. So if literally they had a good team, if one guy just played selflessly and just did what they want and just did what they asked and played to win, they probably would have won a lot of games. And because he was like, I just want to play Supergirl, they got rolled.
Yeah. I don't think this is as bad as the Zaza thing, because there was like all that background stuff happening.
Yeah,
like this is just a selfish asshole being selfish.
Yeah, that's what it really was.
Like, I'm not saying cancel the guy over, but he definitely deserves like to eat some shit.
Especially since he also blamed his team afterwards, specifically the women.
Okay, I mean that's I take back what I said then. I didn't know it got worse. But like the Zaza thing, like there was a lot of shit going on behind the scenes too.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, he also, because it's not just the fact that he showed up and trolled, it's the fact that he straight up was like, yeah, I know I'm being selfish. I don't care. I just want to play Supergirl. Then he kind of started throwing. Then he threw shit. Then he was like blaming them, implying that the women are the reason he lost. Then he was like trying to act like the victim, like, oh, I was totally flexible. I was doing whatever. I was totally trying to do whatever. I don't understand why they're being so mean to me. Why they're being so toxic. It's like, if you just want to troll. Just be like, you know what? I didn't really care. I showed up. They invited me. I showed up. I just wanted to play Supergirl. I didn't really take this seriously. My bad if that made you bad, but it is what it is. I just wanted to play Supergirl. The fact that he tries to act like a victim and that he was just trying to be a team player and he doesn't understand, that's what makes it worse to me. Like trying to act innocent and blaming the people on your team that were trying to win and trying to convince you to flex and be a team player. Like, that's just so scummy, bro. I hate it. I hated that. Like if I was invited to a creator tournament, like, and I have a pro player on my team, I'm gonna do what the pro player says. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and argue with the pro player. Like I'm a diamond one, type of GM player. I'm not gonna be sitting there arguing with the one above all pro player, telling them, I think I really just want to lock in Storm here. Like, I feel like Scarlet Witch is the play here. Like, no, I'm gonna be like, all right, you need me to play this? Okay, I'll play this. I'll play, like, I'm not gonna sit there when I'm invited to the tournament and just play for the vibes. Like, I'm going to try to win because that's a lot of money. $300,000. I think if they won first place, it's like $30,000 per person, which is a lot. That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. It's just, I'm over these people. Like, I don't know. I'm glad the one pro level player we know is a good one. Shout out Venta.
Yeah, shout out Venta.
Non-controversial.
She did her best with even though they gave her a team of no top 500 one of all players. They did their best. They had, from what she told me, the vibes were really good. Her team was willing to learn and try. They did their best. And funny enough, they won as many games as the pro team with Aramori and this Overwatch guy, which was not, but the vibes were better. the vibes were better.
I don't get it. I'm over it.
I don't think there's ever. I'm pretty sure there's never been a single Rivals creator tournament without drama. I think they've literally all had drama in one way or another, and this drama is coming off the previous drama because two creators, Flats and this pro player Light, were beefing because Flats made a video talking about responding to someone who was saying the rivals should stop making content, stop releasing new heroes for like a couple months, and focus on game balance. And which obviously
those are two different people.
yeah, obviously, ridiculous idea. And Light disagreed with Flash's take on balance, and Flash made a 2-hour video calling, roasting this guy, calling him an incel. And it's kind of and it was kind of just like a continuation of like this conflict that was brewing over since the earlier part of season 8, where pro players feel like if you're not a pro, if you're not in Eternity, One Above All, or playing pro, your opinion on game balance doesn't matter, and they think the dev should only listen to them, and versus the people who think their opinions are valid as well, and dev should not exclusively balance the game around the least populated players in the entire community. And I think ultimately it should be kind of a mix. Like for sure you shouldn't, like for sure I understand the logic of saying, why would you listen to what a silver player thinks about game balance? They're terrible they're horrible at the game. They don't know anything. But I don't think you should balance exclusively around pro players, because a lot of pro players also don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and their perspective is kind of warped. But I do think people who do play the game all the time and are at top levels do have generally a lot more insight on the games, and I do think their opinion should be consulted. But at the same time, you also have to have a more wider view of the greater game, because the game is different. Like the pros play is completely different compared to ranked, and even within the ranked, it's very different on console compared to PC. So it's just like the devs have to take all this into account when they're balancing, and I don't think there's like a simple solution. I think most people agree that balance could be better, but I think this whole pro versus casual thing is a bit silly. I think a lot of pros' egos are definitely a little too massive, and they do need to tone it down a bit, because the casuals, as much as they talk down on them, are the reason that this game even exists, and that they even have a platform. So put a little more respect on the casual, on the people who aren't in Eternity, one above all, because they whether you like it or not are very important to the future of the game. I think that needs to be thought. We need a J. I did have an idea for a console tournament, a console creator tournament for rivals. I might approach NetEase about trying to set this up. Maybe we get a sponsorship with PlayStation going, and just have like console players, console creators hopping on rivals. We get King Greek in here, get Jay, get Lejeune. Yeah, maybe we can literally have like a freaking Avengers reunion team or something.
That'd be sick, actually. Yeah.
that'd be kind of gas. And we'd actually try to balance the teams a little bit, like like not have one team have like 3 one of all ball players on them, But I think that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind playing in one of these, because Greek was just in the tournament. I was just in his stream the other day. He was actually in a tournament. They were having a separate tournament. He wasn't in the Creator Cup. He was in another one. Seemed to be doing well. But I would definitely wouldn't mind participating in one of these tournaments. I think console players should get some shine. I think it's about time. They usually only invite PC players to these things.
Right. Unfortunate.
Yeah,
I get it though. There's probably like more freedom to do everything, but whatever.
But looking at these tournaments, they pretty much all play them within custom matches anyway. So I feel like, yeah, let's get some console love in there. Let's have a console. My idea is literally just a console only. You have to play all console for the tournament.
Yep, I'm with you there.
I think that'd be lit. So if you want to participate, you have to buy. You have to buy. If you don't, if you're a big rival streamer and you don't own a console, you have to buy a console and learn controller to play it. I think that'd be kind of funny. Like I know Kingsman wouldn't have a problem because he plays on PC, but he plays PC with controller, so he'd still win. Probably. I try to get on this team, but I think it'd be a good time. And are you looking forward to season 9? We're about a week away. We got the Hood and Jubilee as the new heroes. What do you think of that, Jay?
I like Jubilee. I think the Hood is fucking stupid. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just, I feel like they're going full James Gunn.
You think James Gunn?
Yeah, I feel like they're feeling themselves too much.
In the case of Rivals, I think they've justified it because what they do is even when they introduce like more obscure characters, they tend to be a lot of fun, and more often than not, they've ended up becoming much bigger. Like no one had Jeff the Landshark on their bingo card when they thought of characters that rivals were going to add to the roster, and Luna Snow.
And they've been trying to capture that lightning in a bottle ever since, And the Hood is not even that interesting. He's a teleporter with guns. Why not just do a teleporter with swords that everybody's begging for? We can't talk about that, but I mean, I'm sure they're gonna get to him at some point, but if you think about the difference between the Hood and Nightcrawler, it's guns and swords, effectively. I would imagine
visibility, demon stuff.
But still, I mean, at the end of the day, they're gonna they should potentially play similar in a lot of ways, and I don't know, man. I'm sure they're gonna make the Hood interesting to play.
Yeah, they always seem to do Devil Dinosaur, very fun.
Yeah, well, then also the thing with the Hood is they can have 40 different costumes that they can create for him, since he basically has one look his entire lifetime in Marvel.
Yeah,
it meets that standard. But that's what I'm talking about. They're feeling themselves too much because God, man, what would it take for this comic book game to put some comic book skins in the fucking game? And no, I do not count skins that are in the Marvel Rivals Eternity comic as comic book skins. I don't.
And obviously we know they're going to have some. This half season was pretty much just dedicated to the swimsuit stuff. Mm-hmm. But I'm expecting some more comic skins in season 9. MCU skins as well, because we have the new game mode Age of Ultron, based on Age of Ultron, dropping next month as well. That was originally supposed to come out this month. It's now been delayed, and I'm hoping that this one goes better. The Loki mode, I know some people enjoyed it. Most people did not enjoy the Loki mode. I think they missed the mark on that one. I think partially that's why they may have delayed the Ultron one. Personally, I said this in my video that I made today. Definitely check that out on the channel. I hope they do. I hope they bring back the Ultron battle matrix. I love that mode. I thought it had a lot of potential. I hope for the Age of Ultron mode, I hope they bring back a reworked version of it. Just tweak the things that didn't work with it and bring it back. And then just for the Age of Ultron tie-in, focus more on the cosmetics, because it was crazy to me that we had this Avengers 2012 thing and you only had 2 costumes. You just had Loki, MCU Loki, and MCU Iron Man, and you had this, you had this custom screen where you had the whole Avengers Assemble thing going on, but only one of the characters had a skin from the actual movie. It was just weird. Hey, hello. Such a good boy.
Let's not have my phone number on the screen.
Yeah, let's not. I just thought it was weird that they had so few MCU skins, and I hope that's the one big thing they change for the Age of Ultron stuff. Like, and and obviously, I don't even think the Age of Ultron looks were that crazy. I think the Wanda Age of Ultron look is really cool. I do want the Captain America one, but yeah, they weren't all amazing. But yeah, just give. But we would just want all of them. Just give us all of the stuff, all the MCU stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I just, you know, they would sell like hotcakes. Not that, like, look, Black Widow skin, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna not get it. I mean,
Yeah.
but like, it's just, it's wearing me out a little. I just, it's just going down a path.
You're a big comic guy. You want the comic stuff.
But like, here's the thing: like, if these were all just event stuff, then whatever, I don't care. Like, put this all in events and just sell the regular skins. Like but you can also, I don't know if you know this, but like, there's like 50 something characters in the game now. You can put out more than 2 skins a week. You can do it.
They have actually done, but they've actually been, because I know one of the things they changed is that usually when they dropped a new hero, they would have one recolor of the base outfit, one store skin, and then one store costume for one of the hero. And now they're doing it with, and now they're having three now. They'll have like an additional new skin for a character. We're seeing more and more of these mini passes things. So they are pumping out more and more of the costumes, but I know, to Jay's point, he wants a bit less of the originals and more stuff from the comics, which I get. And when it comes to characters, I don't really get on the Rivals too much for the characters, because what they mostly do a good job of is making the characters fun, regardless of how you feel about them. Like Cyclops is super fun. Elsa Bloodstone, very, very strong, very fun as well. They have plans to release so many characters, so I don't really care that much when they drop a character who's not necessarily an A-lister, because there's usually like a larger character coming down the pipe either within that same season or like the season after. And I understand from their perspective, they don't want to front load too many big characters because they plan on making this game last for a while. So, and they've had success releasing smaller characters. So I can definitely see why they're not in a hurry to just pump out, all the big ones. Because I know they're planning some crazy stuff, even just this year. Like they're ending the year with a mode based on Avengers Doomsday Film and Avengers Endgame, and those are going to be fucking crazy. Thanos, Doctor Doom, like that's going to be unbelievable. And we know they're definitely going to drop Doom as a playable character. So that's going to be fucking crazy. So I'm not even worried about the Hood. I'm looking forward to playing as the Hood. I think he's going to be really fun. I like Jubilee. Looking forward to seeing their take.
I like Jubilee. I do feel like they should probably. Usually they would start with the Hood and then Jubilee would be 0.5. But I think they should start with Jubilee since the new X-Men 97 is starting.
Yeah. I think that would make more sense in this case. Yeah, start with the bigger heroes, get the tie-in promotion. And
it's also wild that we don't have a 97 skin launching with X-Men 97.
Yeah, the only one they have is the Trial of Magneto skin that they released like last year. That's pretty much it. 97. Yeah, but because of the way everything landed with the scheduling wise, yeah, they're not going to have one. They're not going to have anything the week of because this week they have, unless they have a surprise one, which they've done before.
Yeah,
dropping a surprise additional skin. But yeah, so far the only scheduled skins dropping this week are the swimsuits for Captain America, White Fox, and Lady Loki. So they won't.
Yeah.
So they won't actually be able to drop new skins if they were planning X-Men 97 until next week until the week after for season 9.
Yeah. Well, I hope they do drop a freaking Cyclops X-Men 97 skin. because
For sure.
I feel like that would be a ball dropped having just released Cyclops and having such a great look from '97, July 1st.
Yeah, that would actually be yes. I'm sure maybe they'll do like something small to start, maybe like some kind of emote or tie-in. I imagine they have some sort of tie-in planned for X-Men 97. I just don't know if it'll be like a costume yet until like next into the week after. But I imagine they're going to definitely do something because they've had some sort of cross promotion with every Marvel show and major movie so far. I imagine they'll still do something for 97. And I'm looking forward to seeing their Jubilee model. I think there's a decent chance they go with the vampire version of Jubilee because she's working with Apocalypse this time around. In the lore, he promised to help to turn her son Shogo back from a dragon to a human. So she's temporarily working with Apocalypse in his war against the gods to just for the sake of her son. And the Hood is one of the forces trying to stop Apocalypse. So I think that trailer is definitely going to be gas. I'm looking forward to seeing it and hoping that Jubilee is a strategist so that all the DPS players can get mad. and I hope the Hood is a Vanguard so the DPS players can say mad.
I hope she's a strategist too. The Hood of Vanguard, really? You think so?
Yeah, I think he would be a good Vanguard. He's got because this version of the Hood, they slightly tweaked the origin story. In the comics, of course, he got his cloak when he stole it off, and his levitation boots when he stole them off of a demon during a robbery. In the Rivals lore, he was in prison because literally for getting his ass beat by Kingpin. Kingpin had his dad murdered, and he tried to he started robbing Kingpin's warehouses and places, and then he tried to fight Kingpin directly, got the absolute shit beat out of him, and Kingpin had him arrested, but specifically said don't arrest him for assault, only arrest him for theft of otherworldly goods. So, but then during the prison break, he stole a cloak from Kingpin's private collection, and the cloak in the Rivals lore is not connected to the Dormammu. This one is connected to Oblivion, a much more powerful Marvel entity, and it looks like he had a little transformation at the end of that comic run. So he's going to have a transformation into like an Oblivion form, Oblivion-ish form. So I view it as more like even if they went the demon route, I envision it more like the Emma Frost transformation, where he's going to have this form where he can transform and it'll give him like enhanced damage resistance and everything and everything like that. So I imagine he'll play like I think he'll play like a mix between Emma, with the transformation, but also like Tank Deadpool, where he's like mobile, he has poke, and and he also is going to have the stealth factor with the invisibility. So I think that's ultimately how he's going to more play. So if they make him a Vanguard like a Tank Deadpool with the transformation.
Yeah, I saw him as pure DPS, but I hear what you're saying.
Which could be really good. Which would be a really interesting play style for a tank as well, because Tank Deadpool is obviously very strong, and having a tank that can go invisible would be kind of crazy. Like I'm thinking of the possibilities of a tank that can disappear like Psylocke.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I just put the Red Sox game on because their starter was 5 outs away from a no-hitter, and then they blew the lead in the 9th inning, and then in the top of the 10th they went down 4-2. So they're about to choke the game, and then I just had the score updating, and it showed that they tied it, and they had the winning run on third, and they just swept the Yankees. So fuck New York.
He'll never let that title go.
No, I just fuck New York in general. Yeah, they're already insufferable.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of New York fans, but ultimately, if anyone had to lose, I'm glad it was Boston. Like, I'm glad. I'll always take it. As long as Boston loses, I'm never going to be too mad. But how about this NBA offseason? My Miami Heat finally got a fucking star.
It felt like he was always going to end up there. I'm not happy that the Celtics are like basically trying to force a Jaylen Brown trade. It really doesn't make sense to me. Like, just bring him back. Like, I don't understand what they're going to do.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it seems like Boston just never really valued Jaylen Brown that much, and that they've just consistently been trying to trade him for years now.
Well, the only other time they tried to trade him was for Kevin Durant. I mean, at least that makes sense.
And
like
and AD
and Anthony. All right, so prime Anthony Davis, prime Kevin Durant. That's a little bit different than like they're trying to throw a Scoot Henderson. Like, yeah.
I think the difference is he's a Finals MVP, and they haven't been trying to trade Tatum.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade Tatum either. Like, Tatum is the better pure player overall. I know that Jaylen's definitely better at defense, but I think Jason's good enough at defense, and we have plenty of other guys that can play that role. I just think, I don't know. Like, it just feels like every time I hear about some possible trade, like, oh, they really want him, but they don't want to give up this guy. And it's like, motherfucker, you're trying to trade for a guy who was one of the top 10 players in the NBA last year, possibly top 5, okay? And we don't want to give up anything of value? Well, fuck you. You don't get him then. That's what I would be saying if I'm Brad Stevens. Just run it back. But I don't know what he's trying to pull. Yeah. I trust Brad Stevens, like, to the fullest extent. Like, he usually is.
I mean, apparently he thinks Hugo Gonzalez is more valuable than Jaylen Brown. So I don't know. I don't know what bro's cooking over there.
I don't know if that's really how he feels, but I think that he was too valuable to have to give up. I think he's part of the replacement program for Jaylen Brown. You know what I mean? Like part of their plan has to include him getting a bigger and better role. Not necessarily fully replacing Jaylen, but
I don't think they have anyone on that roster that can replicate Jaylen's production except Tatum.
Right.
And he can't even do it. And he can't do it defensively, obviously.
But that's what we should be getting back, though. And I like this Portland stuff is driving me nuts. I don't know if you heard the whole Jaylen, like, some analytic guy hit someone up and was like, "Yeah, I don't even think Jaylen's the 7th best player on any team based on the analytics." I'm like, okay, if that's what your analytics say, you should fire your analytics.
You should. Yeah. I mean, well, to be fair, Jay, analytically, the Cavaliers actually beat the Knicks, so.
Right, exactly. That tells you how valuable your analytics are. I think there can be some value in it, but if your numbers crunching tells you Jaylen Brown is like the 7th best player on any team, then you're full of shit. You know, like, yeah. I can listen to him being a number 2 guy on many teams, all right, but he's a number 1 on most teams,
100%.
And like, inarguably one of the best players in the league. Absolutely one of the top 2-way players in the league, like, by far. So, like, you know, they don't apparently the Celtics really want this Klingon guy from Portland.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, we can't trade him. We can give you a Scoot Henderson." It's like, shut up.
Scoot. And I like Scoot, but yeah, Scoot ain't it. Scoot ain't it.
Like, yeah, I'm good. You know,
which is why I hope the Celtics make the trade. I hope they do. I hope they do Scoot Henderson. I hope you do Scoot Henderson and fucking Jeremy Grant for Jaylen Brown.
That is such a Danny Ainge trade. It would also have to include like 6 first-round picks
and sign and trade Robert Williams, send him back to Boston too.
I think we're trying to do that anyway. Yeah. Like, Robert Williams, if he's healthy, is a great really option at center.
Really good.
But
yeah.
He's never going to be fully healthy.
Yeah, last year was like the first year in a while he was actually healthy.
At
Portland. I don't even know where. Like, obviously as a Boston hater, I'm hoping Boston gets the worst deal possible. But I'm generally curious like what they're cooking here because with the trades so far, the trades have been kind of crazy, but they've mostly made sense. Like I understand why the Hornets traded LaMelo and then Miles Bridges just today because like you trade Melo because you're like, okay, we were thinking about trading him anyway because we just don't think we can win with him as our best guy. And then he overperforms this year and reinflates his trade value. So then you're thinking, okay, we're just going to sell high here. That makes perfect sense. Like you got Con Knipple, you got Brandon Miller, you got a nice little core of young cheap guys. Don't pay Melo a max contract. Flip him for as many assets as you can. Makes sense. And then if you're doing that, doesn't make sense to have Bridges on the team. Get rid of him too, especially since he beats women. But I don't know what they're cooking with. Like they tried to get Giannis. They tried to flip Jaylen Brown and Giannis, but weren't willing to give up apparently a Hugo Gonzalez or just one other person to close the deals. So now you're at a point where you just once again got caught trying to flip Jaylen Brown, and now they're just full on for shopping him, which destroyed all their leverage. Like that, like I don't understand how we didn't understand that. Like that's what's going to happen if that trade fell through.
Well, their leverage should be, yeah, we don't want to trade Jaylen Brown. If you really want him, like convince us. You know what I mean? Like they don't have to trade Jaylen. He's signed for 3 more years. He comes back and he plays. You know, and then when those 3 years are up, you give him another max contract. Like, but I think that's the bigger thing.
They don't want to pay that, but they want to pay that because they'll be eligible for that supermax soon.
Yeah, and they would have 2 guys on supermaxes, and that's hard, you know. And I think they're just trying to I think that's the thought process here is to try to get back something that reshuffles the deck a little bit. I think they know that this core is not going to work with that New York team, and because even before Jason Tatum blew out his knee, they were about to lose to that New York team, and they weren't beating that New York team this year either. It's just facts.
Because they have the same problem. They over rely on the 3-pointer and they don't have consistent point guard play.
Right, and I understand the fascination in Hugo, but I don't know if he's ever gonna get there. I mean, he plays hard. He does everything you want a player to do, right?
A role player.
Right. And he's a great defensive player already. I don't know what his offensive upside is though,
Yeah, exactly.
And I do worry about that a little bit. Everything else, I think he's gonna be in this league 10 plus years.
100%.
I understand not wanting to trade him, but at the same time, I don't know. We just got Ron Harper Jr. out of nowhere, and he played great. We signed him just to a basic, 2-way deal, and I thought he became a valuable piece.
And to a degree, I do understand because they're working under the new CBA, and under new CBA, guys like Hugo are extremely valuable. This is how the OKC has been doing well. They built through the draft, got a bunch of cheap guys that are performing well beyond their contract, and then they move them once they get a little too expensive. They got rid of Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe and turned them into assets because those guys were really good, but they were at a point where they were about to start earning more money, and now you just get rid of them and reshuffle the deck because you got more guys. You still got AJ Mitchell on a cheap contract. So having a guy like Hugo Gonzalez who you found for cheap, super cheap, those guys are now more valuable under the new CBA when you can land those second round and late first round picks and get them to play really value. That's very valuable. That's very good to have. And Giannis, I love that we have Giannis. I would rather have him than not, but he does come with risk. He's 31. He's been getting injured a lot the last several seasons. They had to give up a pretty decent haul to pull him in, and so it's going to be a little bit tough. I'm still looking to see what they're cooking. I think they have another move planned because they do need to fill out the roster a little bit more. I don't think we're getting Norman Powell back, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing because he's 33. But they had the chance to get Giannis, and you kind of just have to do it, especially if you're in the Heat's position. You know, you're a play-in team every year. You got a great player in Bam who's kind of just wasting away. Like, yeah, just make that swing. If it works out, it works out. You're a title contender.
Yeah, as much as I would, I'm just worried about his knees. That's all. And I would rather not make the trade and live with it than make it and have those knees be what we think they might be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because at the end of the day, you don't make the trade, you still have Jaylen Brown, allegedly. But, you know, I don't know.
I'm surprised Jaylen hasn't come out and demanded a trade.
Yeah, I think he's too smart to do that. I think he knows that, like, there's a good chance he can come back to Boston. We love him here. I don't think anybody faults him for any of this at all from a fan perspective. It's not his fault, you know?
Yeah.
And to be fair, Celtic social media has been, like, going to bat for Jaylen this whole time. Like, they've been, like, running the greatest hits nonstop. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to put on and portray the love is there. They're highlighting, I think he's in, like, China right now. And they've been, like, highlighting his whole trip, you know? And I will also say that I thought it was wild today that even Stephen A. Smith came out and was like, whoever that seventh best, you know, analytics guy is, you fucking suck. And I'm Stephen A. Smith. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I like, those two are at war. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the, like, there have been some really ass basketball takes, but holy, like that's insane. Like, those stat nerds are definitely gotta be stopped. Like, they're the same ones that try to convince us that Jokic was actually a good defender. like I'm actually analytically, Jokic is on plus. No, he's not. He's dog shit. Like, just watch the game. Like, he's horrible. like the only reason the Nuggets were able to skate by is because they had Peyton Watson and Aaron Gordon covering for them. But, you know, with Gordon hurt and Peyton Watson out, then that you know, they didn't have you know, KCP anymore. Now that your defense is a lot less potent, that exposed the fact that, hey, Jokic is not only bad, he doesn't really try that hard. Like, he never even puts a hand up. Like, if you just go at him with a layup, he's just gonna just move to the side. Oh, here you go, sir. like that's what he's going to do. And Minnesota's able to capitalize on that. And now they're going to be able to do it even more now that they have LaMelo Ball next to Anthony Edwards.
Poor Free Willy rocks. Pour one out for him. He is a massive Charlotte Hornets fan, and he's going through it right now.
I mean, yeah, Melo has a lot of fans. I think it's ultimately good for the Hornets organization. Obviously, having LaMelo there was more fun, but they are in a good position for, like, you know, they have a lot of draft capital now. They've got a really solid team. Colin Knippel's a star. Brandon Miller's a star. You know, Moose is really good. You know, they just got Naz Reid, Kobe White. They have some good players. They have, you know, now they are financially in a good place. They got a lot of draft picks. I think, obviously, competitively, holy, even competitively, they might be okay.
I don't know what the fuck he's like. Like, the last two nights, he's just been barking all night.
Maybe he saw the console prices go up and he just can't believe it.
I don't know what he lacks in eyesight, because he's like half blind in one eye. He makes up for in hearing, because, like, he just, I don't know, and it's always at night. He's just up there losing his shit.
That's how it usually works. One sense weakens, the others strengthen. You can hear it. But I think we can wrap it up. You could go see what ghost your dog is chasing right now, and appreciate everyone as usual hanging out for another week of the Aftershow podcast.
I do want to say, while it is still his birthday, happy 100th birthday to the GOAT, Mel Brooks, creator of the greatest movie of all time, Spaceballs, and many other great movies.
Shout out to Mr. Old Man Brooks. That is the old man.
Yes.
Congrats. That is a blessing. It's not his birthday, but I was watching Linkin Park's One More Light came across my feed, and as usual, when it's on my YouTube feed, I have to stop and watch it and cry very hard. But wish we were celebrating Chester's 100th birthday. Rest in peace, Chester Bennington, and shout out to Linkin Park for keeping it going. And shout out to Mel Brooks for living so long. Looking forward to actually I need to watch I think I'm gonna watch Spaceballs too. I'm gonna watch the first Spaceball because I don't know if I don't, even if I did see it, I don't remember any of it. So I think I'm gonna rewatch it. And I also want to rewatch Cyberpunk Edge Runners because season 2 is dropping tomorrow morning.
Oh wow. Oh cool. Excellent. I'll try to watch that. Is it like the whole thing dropping or
whole thing dropping on Netflix tomorrow morning, 11 a.m.
Right, I'll try to watch it by next week.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be all neck deep in anime, so I'm excited. I think I'm gonna finish watching the Rivals Creator World Cup, and then I'm gonna rewatch the first season of Edge Runners and cry during that too. And then tomorrow I'm gonna watch the new season, and I'll probably yap about it on the podcast because I saw the trailer and it already looks gas. So
yeah, well, we'll see if I can get my eye patch off long enough, and we'll do what we can.
Yes, hopefully. So appreciate everyone. We'll hopefully see you guys next week if nothing is in the way, and hopefully prices don't go up by another $5,000 in the meantime, and hopefully another 1,000 people don't lose their jobs. Though I think that actually is going to happen this week. Unfortunately, I hear more layoffs are coming, but we'll have X-Men 97 to talk about at least, and that's something. So catch y'all. I'm Sadot the Gamer.
I am not Casual Avenger.
Thank you, chat, once again. Zip it up and zip it out. Peace, my nation.